Numbers can tell a powerful story. Like 1946, the year Alpha Insurance was founded, or the more than 1 million policies currently in force. Backed up by superior service from a local agent right in your community. For 65 years, we've been right there with you. We're looking forward to the next 65.
For a plan built just for you, contact Talisa Scheichel in Holly Pond.
Hi, I'm Leah Patterson-Lust. I'm Coleman County's probate judge. It has been an honor to serve the people of Coleman County through the probate judge's office over the last 6 years. November 6th, 2012, voters will go to the polls and will make a decision about who they want to serve as Coleman County's probate judge over the next 6 years.
Early in the week, Fairview coach George Redding celebrated with the birth of his 5th child, Kerrigan Krill Redding, who weighed in at 9 pounds 9 ounces. On Friday night, he was unable to celebrate a moment on the field, with the Gunners and Wildcats pinning another tough defeat on the Aggies. This one was a 21-14 final, with Fairview losing for the first time this season. Quarterback Luke Bailey was very sharp in this game. He engineered a 65-yard drive in 10 plays to tie the game at 7 early in the second quarter. But Bailey met his match in Gunnersville quarterback Clayton Daniel. Clayton Daniel rushed for 104 yards, scored twice, a 25-yard run in the second quarter to put the Wildcats ahead 14-7 at the half. Down 21-7 in the third quarter, Bailey directed an 80-yard drive that ended when he threw a 22-yard pass to Marco Rodriguez, and the Aggies were back in business at 21-14 with 1 quarter to go. Getting the ball back with 3:24 to play in the game, Bailey sent the Aggies from the 19 all the way to the Gunnersville 15 before being intercepted on the final play for the Wildcats to pull out a 21-14 tryout. Bailey was never stopped by the Wildcats, rushing for 134 yards and a score, throwing for 153 yards and a touchdown, then finished with 287 yards and directing a solid attack. But 2 or 3 turnovers were costly as the Aggies suffered their 14th loss in 17 games all time with the Wildcats. They fell out of first place in the 4A Region 6 standings. Now final from Dapper Smith Stadium, the Gunners of Wildcat 21, the Fairview Aggies 14.
In the nation, we can't make every annoying thing disappear, but we can eliminate deductibles. Nationwide insurance members who add Vanishing Deductible get $100 off for every year of safe driving. Join the nation where deductibles go.
Nationwide is on your side.
Today's obituaries are brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home. Funeral services for Willow Dean Gilbreth Monk, age 66, of Coleman, will be at 2 p.m. tomorrow at Coleman Funeral Home Chapel. The Reverends Donnie Yarbrough and John Rayleigh will officiate. The interment in Jones Chapel Cemetery. Coleman Funeral Home Chapel is in charge of arrangements. Ms. Monk passed away on Monday. Visitation will be tonight from 6 until 9 p.m. Funeral services for John Austin Lindsay, age 95, of Coleman, will be at 11 a.m. today at Moss Service Funeral Home Chapel. Donnie Luke officiating, interment in Coleman Memory Gardens. Moss Service Funeral Home directing. Mr. Lindsay passed away on Monday. Funeral services for Geneva Marsh will be at 2 p.m. tomorrow at the Warrior Church of God, Rideouts Gardendale Chapel directing. Ms. Marsh passed away on Monday. Visitation will be 6 to 8 p.m. tonight at the funeral home. Funeral services for James B. Stansel, age 71, of the Berlin community, will be at 11 a.m. on Friday at Holly Pond Funeral Home Chapel. The Reverend David Stansel officiating, burial in Mount Carmel Cemetery. Holly Pond Funeral Home directing. Mr. Stansel died on Monday. Visitation will be 6 to 8 p.m. on Thursday evening. Funeral services for Joanne Castleberry, age 73, will be at 2 p.m. tomorrow at Centerpoint Baptist Church. The Reverends Darrell Bailey, Dewey Briscoe, and Millard Mann will officiate. Interment in Centerpoint Cemetery. She will lie in state from 1 to 2 p.m. Holly Pond Funeral Home is directing. Ms. Castleberry passed away Monday. Visitation will be 6 to 8 p.m. tonight. Graveside services for Sandra K. Sandy Williams, age 66, of Coleman, will be Monday at Camp Butler Cemetery. Coleman Heritage Funeral Home directing. Ms. Williams passed away yesterday. Visitation will be 5 to 7 p.m. tomorrow. And those are our obituaries for today, brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home.
Welcome to Today on 2. It is Wednesday, the 19th day of September. Clear skies. A little chilly this morning.
It was. We were talking about this, and my car registered 49 on the way in, so maybe it did get 49 degrees last night.
Wasn't that our forecast yesterday?
Yes.
Low today of 49 degrees. Right about there.
Yeah.
Let's see what's happening as far as the weather for today. Our weather brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet in Cherokee Avenue. Make the switch to Mitch. Weather Almanac for the 19th of September. The average high temperature is 85. The average low is 57. The record high, 100, 1931. The record low, 39, 1981.
So we didn't make a new record.
Hit the record.
Okay.
No. Sunrise this morning at 6:33 in about 2 minutes. And sunset this evening at 6:47. Let's look at the satellite picture and see what's going on around the country. All of that rain that we talked about yesterday going up the East Coast looks like it's pretty much moved out into the ocean now. And it should be a pretty nice day around the country. Here's the satellite picture over the southeast. And the weather forecast for today in Coleman County, Alabama. Sunny and breezy today. That cold front came through. High just 73 today. Clear tonight. Once again, low of 49. Sunny tomorrow, warming up to 79, 83 on Friday. Maybe the slight chance of rain on Saturday with a high around 80, and then temperatures still in the 70s the first of next week. Wow, what's going on as far as the weather?
Well, fall is getting here earlier.
It certainly is.
Yep.
We have been talking about the fact that this is Constitution Week. And a lot of things about the Constitution we don't get correct. I was going to say we don't understand, but I think we understand, but maybe it's interpreted differently over the years. People who say that there is nothing in the Constitution about God or our Lord. There is. The Lord is mentioned one time in the Constitution.
Okay.
It is the date. The 17th day of September in the year of our Lord.
Yeah.
That is the only reference
Wow.
to Lord or God in the Constitution. This is kind of interesting. The terms, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, are not in the Constitution. That's the Declaration of Independence. See how well we remember our history, right?
Yeah, goodness.
And government of the people, by the people, and for the people is in neither one of those documents.
Really?
Abraham Lincoln said that in the Gettysburg Address.
Wow.
A little bit of history today.
Well, yeah. Very good.
Speaking of history, we're going to talk about that today.
Yes, we
Jacqueline and I went to the Colin Ray concert last night.
Yep.
And he did an interesting song which dealt with history.
It did. Josephine was the name of the song, and he said that he did not write it, but a fellow songwriter wrote this song because he was going through some of the letters of his deceased grandmother. And he found these letters who were written to somebody back in the, 1865, I believe, or 64. 63. Okay. See, Ted's memory is better than mine. But anyway, and so it was during the Civil War, and this particular gentleman was writing to his wife, Josephine. And it went on, just told this wonderful story. And so I happen to remember that my father-in-law, when he passed, we were going through some of his things, and he had a stamp collection. And in this stamp collection was several, I don't know how many this is, several letters from a gentleman who was a serviceman in the Army, okay, who was writing to his beloved, but they weren't married yet, okay? So he wrote her all these wonderful little letters, and so he was based apparently in Camp Wheeler in Macon, Georgia, and the letters are to Miss Lena Hall, who lived in Portersville, Alabama, dated 1917. So not quite as old as the other ones, but he was in World War I. And so it talks about various different things. And I haven't read all the letters, but I remember we read one letter, and it talked about how some of the other soldiers in the camp and everything all had the mumps. And in this song, there was one line about how all of them had the fever. Back in the 1800s, when they were, whatever. Anyway, so I thought, gosh, that related so, it was so relevant and everything. But he was later transferred to New Jersey, and there's a part, I did read this letter, it looks like it might have been one of the last ones, and it was, he was at a camp, at whatever camp in New Jersey, and he said he was 14 miles from New York, and he was thinking about maybe going to New York, I guess city. He didn't say New York City, but he said New York because he was, 14 miles away, maybe during some sort of a break or leave or whatever, before he got shipped off to France. So anyway, it's interesting. And I know George is such a history buff, so I brought these for George to see. But even he described the letters and their yellow pages and things like that. And I thought, oh my gosh, this fits this exactly. But we would like to maybe one of these days visit Portersville, Alabama. We have no idea if this is related. It's in DeKalb County. Because there's one on the outside here, and you've on the on the address. It just has to Miss Lena Hall, Portersville, Alabama. Has no street address or anything. But I guess back in the early 1900s, you could do that. You didn't have to have their street address because the postman knew where you lived. Because apparently this is a very small town and everything. But I thought that was so interesting.
That is.
Yeah.
You should do a Google search of that name and that town and see. That'd be a good starting point.
Well, it would
Find out about that lady.
Yeah.
Well, you could do the same thing about the soldier, too.
Right, yeah.
Find that information.
Yeah, but it was interesting.
Then you could give the letter to a songwriter. He could write a song and get a hit record. And
I could be a millionaire.
Yeah. It's so easy.
Oh, my goodness. But anyway, I really listened to the words last night to that song, Josephine, and it was a good one. And now Colin Ray did not write that one. He said, I don't know, I can't remember who he said wrote it, but he was good last night. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good concert. Well, let's see, our business of the day, Facebook friend of the day. Who is our friend for today?
Well, it looks like Miss Cindy Heaton is going to be our Facebook friend of the day, and I don't know, maybe we won't be able to, there she is. And let's see, she likes Alabama football, gosh, guys, and reading. Well, I like the reading part too, but that Alabama football part I'm not so wild about.
Heard an interesting thing about Alabama football when the polls came out this week rating the top teams in the country. That, of course, Alabama was number 1, but number 2 was Alabama's second team.
Oh, boo. Well, for 7 years, because remember the thumb, Auburn was way up there, and so now I guess it's the tides have changed, and Alabama's on top once again. But anyway.
Okay, who's our guest for today?
Well, Miss Ann Fox is here today from the Coleman Pilot Club, and they have a fundraiser going on, and we're going to find out all about that. And I guess we're going to visit with George, or at least George is going to visit with the audience, I suppose is a good way to put that.
George will be here with news and commentary. He'll tell you how the vote came out yesterday if you have not heard the results on that. So stay tuned. We have more right after this.
There's something about the moment when you first walk into that new home. It took a lot to get there, but Eva Bank made it easy to get the loan you needed. Eva Bank, as a part of the community, makes lending decisions right here where you live. Our lenders make the process quick and easy with rates you'll love. Visit your neighbors at Eva Bank today and let them help you with your new home loan, manufactured home, refinance, or remodel. Eva Bank, part of the community we call home.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Voting has gone through a lot of changes in America since the days of the early West. Because they were short of pencils and paper at that time, they used various things as ballots. Feathers, beans. In one section of Arizona, they used bullets. If it was loaded, it was a vote for one candidate. And if it was empty, it was a vote for another. If a fellow wasn't careful, his whole campaign could blow up right in his face.
Dick Powell. Zane Grey Theater.
All right, now, time for news and comment. If you've got something you'd like to share with us this morning, you're welcome to call in and talk with us, 256-734-7399, and share it with us. We like having a good discussion, and we got lots of them this morning. You know, Jeff Foxworthy. You remember Jeff Foxworthy, the comedian who had the little routine, you might be a redneck if. Jeff Foxworthy, back in the early 90s, had a routine. He was talking about his... he thought he'd stop by the car lot and take a look at some new cars. So he was walking through and he saw a good-looking Cadillac. And he said, man, that looks good. Well, immediately, here comes a salesman, right? So the salesman says, well, it only costs this much, and all you have to do is put this much down. And Jeff says, well, I don't have that kind of money. He said, well, you can write us a check. And Jeff said, a check? Yeah, I can write you a check. Well, I think we wrote a check last night whenever we voted for this referendum and passed it. Because the fat lady ain't sung yet. There's no plan right now. They've got to figure out a plan how to
pay it back. We had 2 mayors Friday who told us that they weren't for it because it would take money away from what? From their municipalities and things like streets. Now, what do we need less of in Coleman County? Paving? That's an issue now, isn't it? I think for every pothole you have 10 people voting against a commissioner. Nothing for a commissioner because the duties are so widespread. But that in itself, I think, is rather interesting. In fact, we knew it was coming. Democrat Party in Alabama already making statements. Alabama Democratic Party Chairman Mark Kennedy says the people of Alabama have not only saved countless friends and neighbors from losing jobs and the most basic services, but have also saved the Republican legislative supermajority from a catastrophic mess. And then some others had some more select things to say. They're going to jump on this. Now, what are we going to do? It's like Busman and some others have told us. They're going to have to get busy figuring out what we're going to do because the check ain't hit the bank yet. In 3 years it will. What are we going to do after 3 years? We got to find an answer to it. We got to face the tough decisions. Former State Superintendent of Education, Ed Richardson, and I hesitate to talk about this quagmire of a mess in Birmingham, their school system and all, but this just represents, in my view, just the difference. I mean, it's 50 miles, but 6 light years from Coleman, these schools in Jefferson County. And why is that? Because they're arguing and bickering. They're already under state intervention because they're not doing the right thing. Their test scores are horrible and such as that. But Ed Richardson talking about some of the board members saying you've overstepped your authority, you're micromanaging the schools and apparently not doing a very good job. School accreditation agency has downgraded them or has threatened to. So what are they going to do? Again, 50 miles away, but 6 light years from our experiences here. And yet Hartselle wins an award, their elementary school, for being a top-notch school. I never would have thought that would have happened, but Coleman's got great schools too. You know what? The second in the state, something like that. The rainfall that we've received, some 5 inches in Coleman County, has been something of a threat. There are other amounts in different other counties, of course. But according to some agriculturalists, 3 to 5 inches of rain fell across North Alabama Monday. It's muddied fields, delayed harvests in Tennessee. The Tennessee Valley Research and Extension agent says there's some corn that still needs to be harvested. They're talking about corn. Have a good bit of cotton in the valley. He said that looks like it's going to be promising if we can just ever get it out of the field. And of course, you have something of a narrow window to do those kind of things. Never was much of a farmer. I went out to Steele's Orchard the other day to buy some of those apples, right? So I'm there, and it says a bushel, half bushel is this much, and a peck is this much. So I'm thinking, what is a peck? See, when I grew up out at West Point, you dealt with bushel and half bushel. I don't ever remember anything like a peck, you know what I'm saying, other than tied around your neck, you know, that little rhythm or whatever that song was. And so I looked at the 2 stacks of bags, so one's going to be bigger than the other. Well, I picked what I thought was the smallest and started loading it up, but I didn't get it all the way to the top. And so when I go up front, they said, well, that's a half bushel. I said, what? Don't you know the difference? Linda said, George, you grew up on a farm, but I didn't learn much about pecks, you understand. Anyway, the rainfall and such, boy, we've got several days ahead of us. It's nice. It's unfortunate that we had this plane crash, you know, I guess what was it, Tuesday, or rather Monday, near Smith Lake. The folks up in Tennessee are identifying those 2 victims as Dr. Gary Cohen and his wife Nancy from Hendersonville, Tennessee. That's where they were from. They were en route up there. And this is kind of interesting because I don't ever remember this happening in other fatalities or other aircraft accidents. But Coleman County Sheriff Mike Rainey says the bodies are going to be sent to a forensic lab in Huntsville for autopsies. I wonder, is that one of those things where an insurance company says we're going to make sure that this guy wasn't on drugs or something like that? I don't ever remember that. And you never, hardly ever hear the results of these things. It has to be a major crash, doesn't it? I mean, Steve Hansen, former county commissioner, perished in one in about 1998, was it, or something like that? I remember. I had an investigator coming to see me in the courthouse over here, wanted to know, an insurance investigator, do you know if he was qualified to fly that plane? Me? I'm going to tell you whether or not he was qualified. I don't know. He had flown airplanes, or rather helicopters, I believe it was, in the Marine Corps, in the military, but I didn't know. But you never see them. You just don't see it. They hold those cards real close to their vest whenever they do these investigations, and I can understand why. But the newspapers and media quickly forgets, and all of a sudden it gets lost, and all you ever read about is an investigation underway. $3.57 for a gallon of gas in Decatur, and of course, what is it down here? About $3.60 something? $3.69. In Scottsboro, Alabama, last night, about 9 o'clock, a 17-year-old female shot by her 19-year-old boyfriend. A murder-suicide, police think. Oh, man. Gun sales exploding across all of America. Do you realize that there have been more than 10 million firearms purchased so far this year? More than 10 million in America. Are we afraid there's going to be more gun control? Or are folks with other devious ideas? You know what I mean? In case worse comes to worse. It's scary. Redistribution was the term I think Mr. Obama used some years ago talking about our government. Redistribution. If it does, my grandfather told me once, George, if it looks like it, walks like it, talks like it's a duck. If it sounds like a czar or it sounds like a communist, look for clues, right? I don't know. And a newly revealed, centuries-old papyrus, a fragment found, suggests that some early Christians might have believed, and I don't know for sure, according to the story, might have believed that Jesus was married. There's a number of years there that we don't see any history of where Jesus was, right? But they seem to think, because in one writing it said, Jesus said to them, my wife. Don't know where, or that doesn't prove one way or the other. How does that strike you? It's always interesting. And oh my gosh, while burning an American flag, one reporter says a Pakistani protester died from inhaling fumes. Doggone. All right, more today on 2 after this.
Fire, accident, storm. They all happen in Coleman County. And for 3 generations, Night Free Insurance has been there for you. Continuing today with Elliott and Westcott Free, customizing your life, home, auto, and business insurance with auto owners. Call Westcott, Elliott, Judy, Tina, Angie, or Karen. Night Free Insurance, where people are the difference.
I'm open for opinion, Sergeant. What's yours?
Well, I figure we have about an hour and a half.
Before what?
We know what's back there coming our way. Tanks. When they catch up to us, we'll be sitting ducks. Period.
Combat. A Selmer production.
If you're looking for the ride of your life, you'll find it at Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales in Coleman. I'm talking about sharp cars and trucks that'll get you noticed and deals too low to believe. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it and find it for less at Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales. Come on, North Alabama. It's time you had a sharp set of wheels and a really good deal. Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales, serving you from 2 big lots, Highway 31 North and 31 South in Coleman, Alabama.
In the nation, we can't make every annoying thing disappear. But we can eliminate deductibles. Nationwide insurance members who add vanishing deductible get $100 off for every year of safe driving. Join the nation where deductibles go.
Nationwide is on your side.
What's happening with the Coleman Pilot Club? We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Ann Fox is our guest today with the Coleman Pilot Club. Hi, Ann.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Thank you for coming in to see us.
Well, thank you. I saw the sunrise on Smith Lake on my way in today. A little early. Yes, a little early for me. Yes, yes.
Well, what's going on with Pilot Club?
Well, we're always busy raising money for our special projects, and this is the beginning of our new pilot year. We will be selling raffle tickets for 2 Alabama-Auburn Iron Bowl tickets this year. Mm-hmm. the big game.
That's right.
Speaking of football.
It is a big game, and it's a great time of the year to do this.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
Yes, the game will be on November 24th, for those who are not aware, in Tuscaloosa this year at Bryant-Denny Stadium. The time is yet to be announced. And but we have 2 tickets that were donated by one of our members, and we'll be selling raffle tickets at several different events. Of course, you can purchase them through each pilot member, and they're $5 each, or you can get 5 raffle tickets for $20.
Wow.
And we will also be selling them at Oktoberfest at the Arts and Crafts event on Saturday, October 13th. The time is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and just look for the Alabama Auburn booth. We'll be there selling them. And then we will be having another fundraiser in October on Saturday, October 26th, Friday and Saturday, the 26th and 27th of October. A rummage sale that will be at the fairgrounds, and we'll be selling our tickets, raffle tickets at the rummage sale. And also at Christmas in Coleman, which will be on Saturday, November the 10th. Let me check that date for sure. Yeah, Saturday, November 10th, and Sunday, November the 11th. We'll be down in the warehouse district with a little table selling tickets down there.
$5 a chance is really generous.
Oh, yes.
That's a fantastic deal.
Absolutely. The value on the tickets are $85, and like I say, there will be 2 tickets given away. We will be drawing on November 12th, so you have until noon, November 12th, to purchase your raffle tickets. There'll be more of this information in the Coleman Times and the Shopper's Guide to remind everyone. And you can always call me. I'm the fundraising chairperson for this event. And I will give you my number. It's 256-287-9157. I can bring those raffle tickets to town and hand deliver them for anyone who's interested.
Now, is this the first year that Pilot Club has sold tickets like this?
No, we have been selling tickets. It's been years since we had Auburn, Alabama tickets. Last year we had a set of Auburn tickets, and then we had a set of Alabama tickets. But it's difficult to get these Iron Bowl tickets.
Nobody wants to part with
and
them.
And they certainly don't.
Right.
And we appreciate our generous member that gave us these tickets. But this year's the big game, so we want to sell lots of tickets and make lots of money for our projects.
Do you have a cap on it as to how many tickets you're going to sell? Or?
We ordered 1,000, and that would absolutely be wonderful to sell 1,000. Yes.
Okay.
$5 each, or 5 for $20.
Okay, so it's a good deal, and of course it's a great cause.
Oh, absolutely.
Pilot Club has several different projects, like you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what are some of your projects.
Okay. We have the Margaret Jean Jones Center, and what we do there, that is a center for adults with special needs. This is one of my very favorite. We do parties for them, events for them throughout the year.
They love to party out
there. Oh,
there.
they love to party. They love to sing. They love to dance and hear stories, and we go and spend some time with them. We usually have probably about 3 different events throughout the year, and they really enjoy that, and so do we Pilot members. That is a wonderful project. And we have Project Lifesaver, which is also just phenomenal. That is they're monitoring bracelets for those who tend to wander. Alzheimer patients, people with autism, dementia, and we work with the Coleman County Police and Sheriff's Department in providing these bracelets for family members, like I say, who tend to wander, and therefore if they do wander, then they can be found in hopefully 30 minutes or less.
Right.
And that's one of our big projects. And we have Brain Minders, which is an educational program that a group of our ladies, they go to different schools, ages 3 to 8, so it's preschool into elementary school, and do programs of teaching the importance of seat belts and helmets and crossing the street safely and playing on the playground, because our focus is brain-related disorders. And so Brain Minders is another one of our projects. Pilot Light Home. We make donations to the Pilot Light Home, which is a temporary home for children and we provide different needs at the home. And then we help with Alzheimer's support group. We in November it's Alzheimer's month, so we go to the hospital and we provide refreshments for the families of those who attend the support meetings. And Day of Champions and Special Olympics. And after the tornadoes destruction, we gave money to different churches and also food banks to help them replenish their needs. So we're always working hard and we're always making money and have a fundraiser going on almost constantly throughout the year.
So your members are very active in the community.
Oh, yes.
Most of them are either working at a job or doing something like that, but they have their own special things that they want to do. But then, of course, you come together as a group, as an organization, and are very organized in doing things. And, of course, you do usually have the spring fashion show.
Oh, yes.
And everybody enjoys going to that for professional administrative day.
Yes, yes.
So you are constantly fundraising and constantly giving back to the community.
Yes.
And it sounds like not only are you giving money, monetary gifts, but you're giving your time as well. You get
absolutely.
involved.
Yes.
You don't just write a check. And so your members are very, once again, active in the community. And I think that speaks highly of the Pilot Club. And this is a national group, correct?
It's international, actually.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
we have clubs in Japan and in Bermuda and, of course, all across the United States. So it's a very large club, and I've truly enjoyed it. I've been a member since 2006. When I moved to Coleman, I decided I needed to make friends. We live on Smith Lake, and it was hard to meet people.
Right.
And so I joined the Pilot Club, and I haven't stopped, and I've been busy and they're like my sisters, so it's been a wonderful experience for me.
About how many members do you have?
We have about 35 now. Always looking for more.
Okay.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to become a member, what do they do?
Well, they can contact a Pilot member, and we're in the paper quite often with names and phone numbers. But once again, if anyone that's watching this morning, they could contact me, and I could get them in touch with the membership person.
Okay.
Yes.
And one more quick little reminder about the immediate fundraiser that you have going on.
Oh, yes. It's ongoing now. The raffle tickets arrived yesterday, and $5 for each raffle ticket or $5 for $20, and contact a Pilot member. And this information will be in the newspaper, so you can find out who to contact. And we will be at all the events that I mentioned, and we will. It's good. It's for a wonderful cause, and not to mention that there's a big football game that you can attend or sell those tickets. If you don't plan to
go, you can turn around.
You can certainly sell them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, thanks, San, for being here today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate being here.
Okay.
We have some prizes to give away right after this.
Of your life. You'll find it at Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales in Coleman. I'm talking about sharp cars and trucks that'll get you noticed, and deals too low to believe. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it, and find it for less at Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales. Come on, North Alabama. It's time you had a sharp set of wheels and a really good deal. Billy Ray Taylor Auto Sales, serving you from two big lots, Highway 31 North and 31 South in Coleman, Alabama.
E-I-E-I-O, and on the farm it has some chickens. E-I-E-I-O, it's gobble over here, and gobble over there, and gobble, 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 here, gobble, there, quack, gobble, gobble, quack, 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 here, quack, there, quack, 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 E-I-E-I-O. On the garden had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm it had some chicks. E-I-E-I-O, it's chicken over here, chick over there, chick, 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 chick there, where chick, move, 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 yeah, move there, where move, meow, 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 meow there, where meow, bitty, 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 piggy there, piggy, gobble, 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 you gobble there, where gobble, quack, 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 quack there, quack, quack, quack,
That reminds me of class reunion.
Your class
Just
reunion?
Sitting in the desks doing things like that. Oh, boy, does that bring back memories.
Yes.
It's amazing we graduated. It is time to give away our prizes for today, and we have two prizes. We have the day pass to the Wellness and Aquatic Center, and we have 2 tickets to the bridal show put on by Wallace State College with this ring bridal show, and this will be on Sunday, September 30th. Those are the prizes we have for today. All you have to do is answer a question about one of our ads, so let's look at those ads for today. Open the door to history and fine prints. Renard's Gallery and Gift is an art gallery for viewing or for purchase. They also do custom framing, located on 1st Avenue Southeast. Renard's Gallery and Gifts.
And you can kick off your fall season at It's My Party. They have the tailgating parties, all occasion balloons. You can book Lulu the Gorilla for any special event. It's My Party across from Sacred Heart Church at 2nd Avenue Southeast.
And you're in good hands with Sorelli at Doug Doggett Jewelers. Sorelli is antique-inspired heirloom jewelry. That's why you shop at Doug Doggett Jewelers.
And Baldwin Counseling Center, if you're having problems, you need to talk, you want some privacy, Howard Rogers is just a phone call away. He can help you with weight loss problems, individual and family counseling, lifestyle coaching. Give him a call.
Fitness opportunities galore at the Wellness and Aquatic Center. They have the indoor walking track. They have aerobic and cycling classes. They have the Zumba classes.
Oh, yeah.
On dry land or in the pool.
Yeah, that's right. Mullins Body Shop on Highway 31 South at Phelan. And, of course, they do auto body and repair, and they do towing. This is at Mullins Body Shop.
Sweet deals are available at Dairy Queen. Pick any 4 items, pay just $5.55. The blizzard of the month for September is Oreo. You can't get too many Oreos.
High Tide Sports Grill right there on Highway 31 next to Burgess Body Shop, and they are open all day on Saturdays now from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So if you want to watch one of those football games that are going on all weekend long, this is the place to be.
And Shimmer and Glow Tanning Boutique. Amanda and Jessica are the owners. They do beginning, immediate, and advanced tanning, stand-up tanning, spray tanning. They do it all. Located on 2nd Avenue Southeast across from It's My Party. There we go with some of the merchant ads. Question for today, who sells water heaters? Both tank and tankless water heaters.
All right.
Sold by which one of our advertisers? 256-734-7399 is our telephone number. The first person with the correct answer receives the day pass to the Wellness and Aquatic Center, which, by the way, admits 6 people.
Right, that's a good deal.
It's a very good deal. And 2 tickets to the Wallace State Bridal Show, which is coming on September 30th. Who sells and services water heaters? Should be an easy question, I would think.
Yes.
256-734-7399.
We've mentioned
Deb
this
Laslie
before.
is patiently waiting to be on our program.
So hurry up, make a phone call so we can get Deb on.
Yeah, Deb knows the answer.
We asked him about your story yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did they get the answer?
No, I stumped them.
No.
Stumped them. Mm-hmm. You know that collage with all those pictures? I said, what's the little green book? They couldn't find it. Anyway, we don't have any calls. Let's look at Deb's ad and the rest of our ads.
Well, now there comes a phone call. Should we wait just a minute?
Earl's Body Shop reminds you, move over for emergency vehicles. Earl's Body Shop offering 24-hour wrecker service on Highway 31 North.
And the Tutor Doctor. They do free consultation. InHomeTutors-Alabama.com is the website to visit, or give them a call at 256-734-6500 if you're having some problems.
New to Coleman, the Hydromaster tire, available at People's Tires Brake and Alignment Center. This is a premium remold tire, looks and wears just like new.
Festal Market Plot's open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 8 until 3. They still have some veggies available. I know they've got lots of sweet potatoes, just a variety of fresh vegetables, and they accept the Senior Nutrition Program vouchers.
There's Deb's Bookstore, your hometown bookstore just down the road. See, you can find a little green book in there. See it in there? Well, maybe she sold it.
Mr. Plumber, plumbing, sewer, and drain services. Coleman's only professional full-service plumbing available. Tank and tankless water heaters, sales and service. This is at Mr. Plumber.
Mr. Hicks Menswear, businessmen, suits, and sport. Well, you don't have to be a businessman to buy a suit or a sport coat.
Right.
But anyway, they come in regular, big, and tall sizes at Mr. Hicks.
And fabulous fall fashions are available at the Uniform Place. Inspired new looks for style at work. You want to be stylish? Go to the Uniform Place, even if you have to wear one of those scrubs. They've got exactly what you need at the Uniform Place.
And Tires for Less is more than just tires. They can repair air conditioning. They replace shocks and brakes, do oil changes. It's great service at a good price. Tires for Less. And those are the merchant ads we have for today. We have somebody celebrating a birthday on the 19th of September.
All right, let's take a look at that. It looks like Cameron Sandlin. Now, that's a different way. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that, Cameron Sandlin. And the name will be put into the drawing on Friday, where they have the possibility of winning an 8x10 portrait from Baker Photography and an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. Yay!
And the weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. It'll be a sunny day today, a little bit of a breeze with a high of 73. Clear and chilly again tonight, low near 49. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 79.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
I'm Ringo. What can I do for you?
Well, my name's Merlin, Pat Merlin. This is my son, Hank. We come a long way, Mr. Ringo. The boy here's gonna kill you.
We're back. Okay, now tell me afterwards. And Deb Laslie is back. We love it when Deb comes on. We have such a fun time. So fun time. Miss Deb, what's happening at your bookstore, which is just down the road from us?
We file our books by color.
Okay. You know, a new thing. When people come in and they ask,
I need that green book.
Right. Right.
Whatever.
Okay.
I love my town.
I know you do.
I do. We are, in fact, the center of the universe. As it should be.
Yeah. What books did you bring for us today?
Oh, well, let's start off with something fun.
Okay.
The Little Black Biker book.
Oh, see,
now we've had
this.
This.
Black.
We can find it on it. It's even got black in the title, which makes it really easy for me to find.
Right.
This is a wonderful little book. It's been around for years and years. Shelley makes these, she and her husband, they live in Gunnersville. And this is driving tales. You don't have to do it in a motorcycle. All the roads are paved. But they're real out-of-the-way places, scenic overlooks, little restaurants and museums and things like that. All in North Alabama, Tennessee, and North Georgia. So they're all like day trips around here. You can do them all in a day.
Yeah.
And they're working on another book for South Alabama, South Georgia, and the Florida Panhandle that we hope will be ready next year. But this is a great little stick it in your pocket or stick it in your backpack or stick it in your glove compartment book. It's got nice little routes and how to get there and just little stuff, little pictures. A lot of the restaurants and museums will give you a little discount if you take your book in and show them.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
It's a great little. I don't want to say it's a stocking stuffer. It's a purse stuffer.
A purse
It's a good
yeah.
one. And if you're new to the area, it's a great way to get to know the area. And off the beaten trails. There's no 4-lane roads on here.
A lot of people like to do that. They like to,
especially coming up on this time of year too.
Yes,
It's such a beautiful time of year.
you know.
So, but these are great little books. We also have the larger book. Flitter, what was his name? The fellow that's in the Co-op magazine that always has the motorcycle rides. He has a beautiful book. It's 30 Alabama motorcycle rides, and he's got Alabama divided up into, I believe it's 5 sections with 10 rides per section.
Okay.
Beautiful fold-out maps, full color. Kind of pricey, but well worth it. Beautiful book, great gift, and great book to just have around.
Are there Coleman stops in that book? Places in Coleman?
Well, everybody knows about Coleman. Yeah, I think there is one. But the Coondog Cemetery is not in here. So you'll have to do that one on your own.
Find that on your own. Put it on your GPS.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's another nice little book. This has been around forever, I guess. Since it's based on the Bible, I guess it has.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a little book called Jesus Calling. It's a little devotional, 365 days. And it's just been recently redone in this pretty little leather cover. Feel how soft. Isn't that nice? Feels like an old friendly wallet you used to have.
I'm going to put it right here, and maybe Ted can focus in on it.
It really is nice. And it's each, so you can use this any year because it's not a day.
Right.
It's January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd.
Right.
Beautiful book. And nice, kind of largish print, which is nice.
Yeah.
So really, really well done. Beautiful gift for yourself. I think everybody needs that every now and then. And you don't have to do it every day, but there are days when events get out of control. And I was all ready to rant and rave and come in here and I read my little devotional for the day and I went,
Okay, I'm going to calm down.
Not going to do that. Not going to do that. So y'all are blessed for the fact that I read my devotional today.
Yes,
I love Susan Bloom. These little children's books are so much fun. The duck, it is just a hoot. Now, we've got a new character, the fox, who's been kind of a role before, but he hasn't had a starring role like he does in this one. Of course, the polar bear. Who doesn't love polar bears? Friendly little beasties that they are.
Yes, really.
The ones that'll bite your heads off if you're in. Oh, sorry, this is a children's show. Anyway,
yes.
Fox, or their polar bear is wrapping a gift, and so little fox comes up.
So is this kind of a Christmas type?
Well, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
But you
could if you wanted
he says,
to. Yeah.
Fox says, "What are you doing? Are you making something?" And Bear says, "It's a surprise."
Oh.
I love surprises. Can I help? Is it for me? It's for. It's a long scarf. It's for me. It's too long.
What's the deal here?
Well, it's not for you. Oh, well, it's okay. Is it for Goose? Goose doesn't like surprises. Besides, Goose is busy.
It's a surprise. It's a surprise.
I love this little book. There's several in the series, and I love this one. And they all remind me, you know that age when your children have just discovered that they can make you absolutely insane by asking just the nicest questions in the world over and over again.
Over again.
Here, get that away from me.
Now, I want to know, if we buy that book, do you come with it and will you read to the children?
I'll read it to you.
Okay.
It's a good one. And another book, this is Bear Says Thanks. I love the bear books, too. There's Bear Snores On, about his attempt to hibernate one year. But all his friends kept dropping by. Anyway, but these are wonderful books, beautifully illustrated. And the gist of this one is that Bear is feeling in a very generous mood. And so he decides he's going to do something for his friends. But alas, the cupboards are bare. Well, sure enough, one of his friends just happens to drop by with some muffins, and another one happens to drop by with some fish, and they end up having a big party. And Bear feels so bad that he doesn't have anything, but they say, "But we all love you so much. Will you just tell us a story?" And there's this one picture that is just adorable.
Are they all sitting around?
Yeah, they're all sitting around feasting.
Oh.
And I love the little bird and the mouse are sitting on Bear's stomach eating.
Yes.
I just love it. These are so beautifully illustrated. Great lessons, great stories. I love the Bear stories. This is the newest one, technically for Thanksgiving, but it's never not a good time to say thank you.
That's true. That's so true.
And to enjoy your friends.
Yes.
Now, this is a book, and I have got it sealed, hermetically sealed for your protection and for mine, because once this book gets opened, the kids will love it so much, I will not be able to sell it as used. So we're going to keep it sealed, and you'll just have to trust me on how wonderful this book is. Is that you, Wolf? You remember that
Well, if you keep it still, he'd have a hard time.
I can't keep it still.
I know, you're everywhere.
Remember that game where they go in there and for Halloween and things like that, and you have to reach your hand through a thing, and you have to feel people's brains and stuff like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh.
But it's warm and fuzzy stuff, so don't worry.
Okay.
I love this book. And when you open it up, and are you brave enough? Is that you in there, Wolf?
You have such an imagination.
I love this book.
I love your imagination.
Duck and Goose Find a Pumpkin.
Oh, of course.
So yeah, this is it's that time of year, and I love the duck and this is the duck and this is the goose. You can tell because this one has a colored beakum. Anyway, but they're just great. Everybody else has got a pumpkin. So where do you get a pumpkin? Well, let's look in this log. Well, no. There's no pumpkins in there. We'll just kick some leaves around and no, not in there. And do pumpkins grow on trees? Let's look under the water. Is it? No, it's not there. Well, we're there's one.
Wow. Great book if you want to give your grandson a little Halloween present.
Yes, this is a really good book, and it's.
Yes.
Yeah, and the pages are wipe-offable.
Yeah, so for the little ones.
Yeah, this is great. I love the big board books now. Now, speaking of board books, the Llama Llama books have a new little series of the little mini board books. They're about like this. One of them's, let's see, Llama Llama Zippity Zoom and Hippity Hop and Wakey Wake and Nighty Night and nice little board books. The kids just love the Llama Llama. They're beautifully illustrated. I love the whole concept, but you just got to admit Llama Llama's fun to say.
Oh, yeah.
And so every page is Llama Llama.
Llama Llama. Yeah, in fact, I think Logan has a Llama Llama book.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know where this came from. A bunch of these just showed up at the store one day. The Uniquely Coleman Women's Guild cookbook has been reprinted.
Yes.
After popular demand.
Really, you really were an incentive for us to do that because we were out and and it took a big major push for us to be able to afford to get it reprinted, and so but we have them back on the shelves. Yeah. And these make great gifts.
Great gifts. Yeah. Great gifts. And the best part about this one is the end. Where it has, where's the local one?
Yeah.
It's still in here, isn't it?
Well, it should be.
Oh, man.
Surely they didn't take it out.
Uniquely Common.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Oh, you know what? You have to put the dividers in.
Y'all didn't put the dividers in for me?
No, sorry. Well, whoever buys it.
It's a do-it-yourself kit.
Yes. I didn't realize that.
Does it come with instructions?
I think so.
Anyway, but the best part about this is that section in there where you can get, like, the All Steaks orange muffin rolls that you're not supposed to know about.
Right.
So anyway, those are in here, and they're really good, and this is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So y'all didn't do that, huh?
Yeah, I wasn't in charge of that one. Okay, I'll start working on this one. Put it all together. But the tabs are not put in the right section. Okay. They're all in the back, so you'll have to, So,
Oh, great. So you can give it to your husband. He can have something to do.
Right. While he's watching the football game.
That was so sexist.
Dennis, while you're watching the football game, you can.
Actually, you should probably do it yourself. That way they go in the right position. Because mine would be, I love my husband. You know I do. He's just the best guy in the whole wide world. But he does have, he tends to move my bookmarks just to see what I'll do.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, he just likes to watch me when I first start reading a book. I was like, I've already read this, or what happened? Did I fall asleep?
Yeah.
And I look over at him and he's grinning. It's like, you moved my bookmark.
Y'all lead such an exciting life, don't you?
We do. That's right. We have a lot of gun books. I tell you what, I have a beautiful, hefty too, beautiful collection of guns books. This is Guns of the American West. If you want to have a gift book,
that is awesome.
Isn't this gorgeous? I love this.
And George reported earlier that, 10 million guns have been sold over the past year?
There was the neatest article in the Wall Street Journal, and I know, 1 minute, that if Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops and all those places, if they're all stocking up no matter what the election is. If Romney wins, they're expecting to sell waders and hunting gear. If Obama wins, they're afraid they're not going to be able to sell enough guns.
Yeah, I think
hey, here's another gun book.
There's something, just in case.
I've got a really nice display of these. These are such beautiful gifts. They really are. And they're not expensive. You know what? For $23 for this beautiful hardback book that, you can always use it as a doorstop.
Yeah.
They're really heavy.
You know what would be a good idea? To do a combination of one of those books with Wolf.
We could do that. We could do that. Keep it handy.
Yeah.
For those of you who are a little queasy.
Yes. Thank you, Deb.
Thanks for being here.
We'll be back with more.
Cheyenne, Cheyenne, where will you be camping tonight? Lonely man, Cheyenne, will your heart stay free and light? Dream, Cheyenne, of a girl you may never love. Move along, Cheyenne, like the restless clouds up above.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
And now it's time for our community billboards, brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. Get ready for Oktoberfest. You can learn some ballroom dancing with Gene and Dot Holt, and that'll be on Thursday, September the 20th and the 27th at the Donnelly Green Building at 6 o'clock in the evening. And of course, United Way is presenting their Girlfriend Gala, Wild About Girlfriends. And there's several different events. You can do a preview, you can do a luncheon preview, or you can do a dinner. And this will be held at Stonebridge Farm. So give United Way a call, 256-739-2948 to find out more details. And with this Ring Bridal Show, that will be held on Sunday, September the 30th from 1 until 5 at Stonebridge Farms right here in Coleman. The show will be featuring Heidi Elnora, who is from Project Runway, and she is a designer. Also, they have over 30 vendors, so they have limited tickets. If you buy them in advance, they're $10, but if you buy them at the door, they're $15. If you have a community billboard you want to share with us, you can email it to channel2coleman@gmail.com, fax it to 256-734-7680, or go ahead and be a friend on Facebook, Channel 2 Coleman, and spell out the number 2.
Weather outlook for today, sunny and breezy, a high of 73. Clear tonight, low of 49. Sunny again tomorrow with a high of 79. And tomorrow on Today on 2, who's our guest?
All right, we have Brooke Barner, I'm assuming, who is from Cold Springs. She is the Fair Queen representative. Am I saying that right, Barner? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then also Holly, sorry, can't pronounce that.
We'll ask Paige tomorrow.
Yes, okay. But anyway, she's here talking about therapeutic recreation from Coleman Park and Rec. So that's who we have coming on tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you for watching Today on 2.
Hope you have a great day.